and I'm proud to say I have 227. I've done that's much
really crazy.
It is really high.
That's including a few cheeky ones.
There. Yeah. We're like a couple of times
we got like plus 15 for nothing.
Yes,
we need to talk about that.
Well, not plus 15 for nothing. I had to redo the work. It was just low hanging fruit, and I had an unfair advantage.
Oh, you have exactly 100 more than me.
That's awesome.
That's
what a
terrible.
Synchronicity. Let's celebrate that. That's great. All right,
we
done
celebrating. Mediocrity here.
I said synchronicity. You can celebrate whatever you want, man. That's fine. You're tuned into the GOCast podcast, your one-stop shop for updates, news, tips, and community in the world of Pokemon Go. Thank you for listening. Don't give June's Go Pass the cold shoulder. You might miss out on a legendary bird.
Jangmo-o's Community Day was announced last week, so let's take a closer look at our future shiny scaly friend.
And more on this episode of GOCast. Hello and welcome to the GOCast podcast, episode 327. It's June 3rd, a Tuesday evening. I'm your host, Chris, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Kyle.
Hiya.
How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah. As we get closer and closer to Jersey this weekend, I find it so odd that for the first time, aside from the very first Go Fest, which you and I were not doing the podcast for, this will be the first in-person Go Fest that we have not spent together.
So I'm sad.
I'm mourning that. There is always next year. Maybe we just go to 2 next year, and we'll make up. We'll make up for it. But actually what I'm really looking forward to is our plans for global, because that's always a good time to be around your stomping grounds and stuff, which is strangely appropriate for this week's PokéPoll once we get there. So I'm honestly excited to talk about global, even though Jersey's this weekend, one step at a time, I suppose. All right, so Kyle, you and I had recorded on the Megapod with our 3 other lovely co-hosts, D5 Fish and Lachlan, just this past weekend, and it is only Tuesday, so there has not been a whole lot of time from then until now. Our point of recording. Yeah, a little bit. I needed more time, honestly. It's been real hectic, real hectic. So let's take a look at the goals that we set for the regular show, not the seasonal ones. We'll save those for the end of the season. But our regular goals. So you had put down 150,000 experience. Did you trigger a friendship or something? What's up with that?
I did. I triggered a few friendships.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so, yeah, nice.
I did do that. I got 200. I got like 175,000.
Okay, that's great. Well, what about opening gifts? I suppose one begets the other in this case.
I did for the last 3 days. Made sure that I've sent all the gifts I have.
Oh wow.
I haven't reached my opening limit, but I opened a decent amount.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. No, that's great. See, I think the secret to the two of us having successful gift related goals is that it only has to run for 3 days until we record next, and start cleaning out storage. You were currently at the time, 5,600 out of 6,800. Have you gotten that number down at all?
I have. I transferred like 200 last night. So
nice. Okay.
5,400.
That
counts.
That's technically success.
I'm carrying it over because I need to make more space.
Oh, brother, me too.
I think that if I actually put in the effort for my inventory, I could get down to 3,000.
Really?
Yeah, I genuinely. That would probably involve transferring like 500 shinies, but I don't care because I probably should get rid of those shinies anyways.
Yeah,
but
this is my plan for the plane ride, because while the GPS doesn't work, you can manage your Pokemon storage. So my plan ride is to really buckle down.
Pay for the Wi-Fi or whatever.
No. I get free Wi-Fi because I'm a T-Mobile customer.
Oh, okay.
So actually, I'm not sure because that's usually on American, and I'm flying United this time because I'm going to Newark. and not LaGuardia, which I'm sad about, man. Maybe this is an old person thing because I'm getting old, right? I'm 33. I have preferences like that. I'm like sad that I'm not flying into LaGuardia because I like LaGuardia. I know LaGuardia. I could draw a map. There. I live in LaGuardia. I could draw a map of the dang LaGuardia floor plan, but Newark will be exciting and interesting and a lot cheaper to get an Uber from there to our place in Jersey that we're staying, rather than from LaGuardia through Manhattan, through the tunnel, and pay $400 or whatever that is. Like a crazy amount. Anyway, okay, so 3 out of 3 for you. Congratulations, Mr. Success. Now, on the inverse side of that energy and that success level, let's take a look at my goals. I wanted to, first and foremost, hatch 50 eggs. I got 41 done. I have been real busy, it turns out. And I'm sad about it. I'm so tired. And I also wanted to work on clearing out Pokemon storage. I did a fair amount. I did not get as much as I wanted to. I wanted to probably knock out 500 or 1,000. I did a similar amount to you, Kyle. I did like 200, 300 ish. And that was just stuff that's been left over from recent events. It wasn't even the hard choice deep cleaning that I really need to do.
You'll never do it.
I'll never do it. You can't make me do it. But I need a win this week, so I'm going to pretend that counts.
Yeah. You cleaned?
I cleaned, technically. Yeah, I turned on the vacuum. That's right. Now, did I move it? Who knows? That wasn't in the rules. All right. My last goal was to finish the hatching collection challenge for the Serene Retreat, which required you to hatch 4 Pokemon from the 2-kilometer egg pool. And I've hatched a fair amount of eggs, like 60-ish, 70-ish total. Wait, no, like 50-ish, 60-ish total. Yeah. And I'm here to say that that didn't happen. I still didn't hatch a Swirlix. I hatched everything else several times over, did not hatch a Swirlix. And I think the main issue is that it is too hard and too rare to get the eggs you're looking for. 2 kilometers just aren't dropping. And for the 2 kilometers to not drop, that means that you're getting a 5 or a 10 kilometer egg, which means that is a huge obstacle. Yeah, huge obstacle for you to get that slot open again, to then just have a regular chance at it. When they do these events, when they ask for feedback, I'm going to give them this feedback. They need to boost it even a little bit. It doesn't have to be every drop. Of course, not everybody cares about the collection challenge and people want to hatch their eggs. I get it. I understand. But this feels really bad. And I succeeded the last 2 instances that were like this. I did prevail. This is going to be the first one that I fail. It's killing me right now because I have 2.5 hours. I could be doing this, but we have to record and I have more work to do after this, so I can't do it. It's absolutely killing me inside. And I hatch eggs, man. I hatch eggs. To me, it feels a little unacceptable. I can't imagine how normal people can do it. Non-egg hatchers. You can't.
If you're not lucky, a normal player cannot complete the hatch challenge. It's just not. They can't complete this hatch challenge.
Yes.
There have been more reasonable hatch challenges in the past, which makes them bumbling this one even worse.
Yeah, a little bit. They've been given the feedback that these have been unnecessarily difficult in the past. It is just a little frustrating.
And maybe this is a cold take or whatever, but 5K should be the least common egg.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is the least exciting pool. Yeah,
it's the least exciting. 2Ks have the added benefit of when you get one that you don't want, you can just clear it out. Not that bad. Yeah. And 10Ks tend to be more sought after. I regularly, as someone who doesn't hatch 9 sets of eggs all the time, wind up with 9 5K eggs. And just nothing I can do about it. I hatch one, I get another 5K. And I'm like, 5Ks are too common.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Even when we're not accounting for boosts from events or anything associated like that.
I agree.
That's it. I do want to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
I think that I've really liked this Serene event.
Oh, yeah, the event's great. This is my only qualm.
I think the Serene event has been really good. I think the wild spawns are so much more interesting than I thought I was going to feel for them. It's really nice to see a lot of Hatena in the wild, especially for people who maybe didn't catch a bunch last time. And the Gmax is going to show up eventually. We're getting the DMAX this season for sure, I believe.
Yeah.
So getting more XLs and stuff for that. So that's really cool. Seeing a bunch of Chansey, of course, when Blissey is so prevalent for max battles now as well. So like I've felt compelled to catch everything that I have seen around me. And it's been a while since a spawn pool has made me feel like that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And if I wasn't currently in the I need to stock up on red Pokeballs for GoFest phase, my plus would have caught so many. But my errands this week were dedicated completely to just, I'm going to take one street over that has 3 more stops on it and let me plus spin for balls. And that's what I'm doing. Now, I just, before we close the door on the challenge thing, if it wasn't for the fact that I've missed several of these just by the nature of not having gone to every single GoFest and stuff like that, and if this was the first thing that I was missing for my collector medal badge, whatever the case might be, I would be livid.
Yeah.
But it's not, and I'm proud to say I have 227. I've done
that's
much
really crazy.
It is really high.
That's including a few cheeky ones.
There. Yeah, we're like a couple of times
we got like repeated. Plus 15 for nothing.
Yes,
we need to talk about that.
Well, not plus 15 for nothing. I had to redo the work. It was just low hanging fruit, and I had an unfair advantage.
Oh, you have exactly 100 more than me.
That's awesome.
That's
what a
terrible.
Synchronicity. Let's celebrate that. That's great. All right, we're done
celebrating mediocrity here.
I said synchronicity. You can celebrate whatever you want, man. That's fine. Anyway, all I'm saying is don't count me out, dog. I'm still big man on campus when it comes to collection challenges.
How do you think everybody felt about that one where you needed a mossy lure spawn of like a not a Vileplume?
Oh, God. Yeah. No, the Vileplume was difficult, I think, for another one. I'm not sure if it's the same one you're describing, but that one was a holdout for people.
Yeah, the mossy one was the one that really that broke a lot of people.
Yeah, that was
doing every single one.
That was messy. That was really rough. I remember that. I think I got very lucky on that one, so it wasn't on my emotional radar as much as this one is right now because it's burning a hole in my soul. But this is a recurring issue. And I think the lure ones aren't so difficult. And at least this time they broke them out. There were 3 challenges and the 4 hatchy one was its own thing. And so you could easily do the other ones. That also kind of caused like this like weird dichotomy where it's like those 2 were super easy to do. And this hatching one is like unbearably difficult to finish. And you're like, what gives, man? But anyway, so I've whined and complained about that. The show hasn't even officially started yet, and I'm already complaining about stuff. Our roles have reversed, Kyle. This is great.
It's perfect because I can't really complain about that because I didn't partake.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Understood. Okay. Well, in the interest of time, because your boy's got to edit this tonight after finishing work later, so we're not going to keep this too long. We're gonna move at a good clip, and in the spirit of that, let's hop into the news. Yo, what up? It's the news. Okay, we only have one piece of news here, and it's not even really new per se. We just have more details on something we already knew was happening. And if you've played today, June 3rd, which is the first day of the season, you've probably already seen it. It is June. So if you've been part of the lucky few in some of the test markets, this isn't your first Go Pass, but for most of us, including ourselves, this is the very first one that we've gotten our hands on. And it looks all right. Seems fine. I had a chance to scroll through it real quick. I like the format. Kyle and I are big on battle passes and stuff as long as they make sense because we like those sorts of games. So you're not going to get a lot of pushback from us on that. But Go Pass June is from Tuesday, June 3rd at 10 a.m. to Tuesday, July 1st at 10 a.m. local time. The new Go Pass and Go Pass Deluxe for June is now available in Pokemon Go. The Go Pass, what is it, first of all, is a free limited time progression track available during a specified period. By collecting Go points, you can increase your rank to earn rewards. The Go Pass feature is currently being tested. I guess, they say that, but I wonder if it's like out for everybody, but it's still technically a testing period. So
I think there's still A/B testing being done.
Oh, okay.
I think there are still 2 tracks that you can potentially have with minor differences.
We'll have to see if we're in this. We would actually be in the same pod because of our geographic location.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I am not scrolling through and comparing what mine looks like to somebody else because it doesn't matter that much. Do we have the same rewards at level 100 and at level 50? I'm good.
From Lachlan's description, one was 100 steps and the other one was 200.
Oh, well, I think the difference for this one is just minor rewards. Okay. I think I saw someone on Reddit post a screenshot of them.
Yeah.
But I did not like zoom in and look at the details.
Okay. Well, we can look at that another time then. Trainers will automatically receive GOCast June on Tuesday, June 3rd at 10 a.m. local time. You can collect Go points and rank up to get additional rewards through July 1st at 10 a.m. local time. Additionally, from Saturday, June 28th to Sunday, June 29th, 11:59 local time, there's no daily limit for how many Go points you can earn. So the last couple of days of June before it ends on July 1st, if you are behind by a few days, so to speak, you can go play a
get
bunch.
Those raids.
Yeah, hit those raids. Yeah. For trainers looking for upgraded rewards and faster progression, check out the GoPass Deluxe, a paid version of the GoPass. It's exactly what you think it would be. And as we described on the Megapod last episode, it is retroactive. So if you get to the end of the pass and then purchase the Deluxe Pass, you will get all the rewards from the Deluxe row that you've since, quote unquote, passed up, right? Rewards unlocked in the GoPass will expire on Thursday, July 3rd at 10 a.m. local time, so be sure to claim your rewards before they are gone. If you buy it in the web store, trainers who upgrade to GoPass Deluxe June or GoPass Deluxe June plus 10 ranks on the web store will receive 10 Ultra Balls, 5 Max Revives, 1 Premium Battle Pass, and 5 Max Potions as a gift with purchase. That's actually pretty decent, mostly because you get a Battle Pass. The rest of it's kind of blasé. But, 10 Ultra Balls, Max Revives, Max Potions are fine, especially if you're a raider. Those are good for you. Featured Pokemon and rewards, complete pass tasks, to rank up your Go Pass to earn the following rewards. An encounter with Arti-June-O with a Delightful Days themed special background. Okay, so I wasn't excited to hear about Arti-June-O, but now that I know it has the special background, I can see why that it would have some value for some people. Am I one of those people? No. Is Kyle one of those people?
No.
No. But
look, okay.
They exist,
I want a counterpoint here and what Pokemon Go should be doing instead of these backgrounds, because I personally think they're silly.
Okay.
We need
hats.
I can't think of the word, not hats, but the idea is similar. We need
marks,
particle effects.
Oh,
you remember how in, I think it was Gen 5 in Unova, you could decorate your Pokeball before you sent it out for like competitions or whatever and stuff like that. And you sent it out and it had different particles and pictures or
stickers and stuff.
Yeah, and I need a way to flex this stuff on people. And I know that sounds funny, but what else are we doing here? You're getting rare stuff to show it off to other people. If I use this Arti-June-O, which will be level 15, by the way, in PvP, no one knows that it's the special Arti-June-O from the Delightful Days special background.
It's like
so I need a way for them to know that.
It's like that meme, he's standing in the corner. It's just nobody knows I have a special background.
Exactly. I think that would have so much more value than a Pokemon with a backdrop.
Okay, well, maybe the rest of this will sell you, because in addition to that Arti-June-O with Delightful Days themed special background, you'll also get Stardust, XP, Max Particles, Pokeballs, candy, and even more nondescript goodies. If you do upgrade to the GoPass Deluxe, you will also get the following rewards: a lucky trinket, which is honestly the sell here, 1 super incubator, additional encounters with even more Pokemon, ! Premium items such as premium battle passes. You can tell because it has premium in the name. Incense, a lucky egg, an incubator, lure modules, and more. Candy XL, and even more goodies. That's great. That's all great. Yeah. Honestly, I think the guidance here is, and the recommendation from us is that if you finish that pass, just buy the Deluxe, because that's a lot of stuff on the table for like $5 or whatever it is.
I think it's $9.99. But
even still, for $10, there's a lot of stuff in there.
I mean, yeah. I think that the Pokemon encounters and the candy are the worst rewards by far.
Yeah.
But everything else is good I guess the Pokeballs is probably actually the worst rewards. Let's be real here. But,
yeah, and even so, it's not like you're not going to use them, right?
Yeah, I made it pretty clear, I think, on my stance on the Megapod that I would and will buy this just for the Lucky Trinket.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, it's worth $10. Yep. Okay. Major milestone rewards. Reach major milestones on your Go Pass to unlock the following bonuses. Tier 1 at rank 25 will earn you 50% more experience from increasing friendship level, which is actually pretty awesome.
Great.
It's huge. Tier 2, rank 50, increased XP and Stardust from research breakthrough rewards. All right. Hold on. Tier 3 at rank 75 is increased Stardust and XP from hatching eggs, which appeals to me. But if you're a 1 incubator hatcher, that's going to be like once every 3 days.
It's still so bad. Like, that's a bad reward for rank 75.
I'm gonna actually have to wait to see how it plays out for me before I make an opinion.
Well, I mean, it's objectively good. Like, don't get me wrong. If you can afford to run 9 super incubators at a time, that's really good.
Yeah.
But a bonus that requires you to use, like, burn premium items in order to get feels really bad. Even like more experience from raids or more Stardust from raids feels better because you always get a free one every day versus a free incubator is just not comparable, in my opinion.
I would agree. Yeah, I would absolutely agree. But I think I'm actually going to wait. I'm going to wait to see how this pans out for me, especially in respect to the hatching. I think we can both agree, though, that the research breakthrough award one is kind of lackluster.
It's almost offensive. And I've said this every time they do it for a season reward, how inconsequential it actually is.
Yeah.
And also, this is going to be really funny. This should be the 25. This should be the rank 25 reward. Like, I'm happy it's not, but it definitely should be because it's the lowest value of the 3, in my opinion.
The 50% experience from increasing friendship level, especially if you're leveling up, that actually is the most value here on this list.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's cool. They front loaded it. That's awesome. And I guess if you're in it for a pound, you're in it for in for a penny, in for a pound. If you're in for a pound, you're in for more pounds, I guess. So there you go. Great. Lucky Trinket. If you did not experience this with the tour pass that we all got this last time, a Lucky Trinket is a one-time use item that can be used to turn one friend from your friends list into a lucky friend. So they will turn lucky. They do not have to be best friends. I think they have to be great friends. Yeah. Yes. And it will expire. The date for this one is that they will all expire on Sunday, July 6th at 11:59 p.m. local time, regardless of when you claimed it. So you'll have to make sure you use it before that time on somebody, hopefully somebody that you'll see, or somebody that you want to make feel special, even if you think you'll never see them. I'm thinking of you. Here's my high value item usage. It's right there. Very nice.
Yeah, that's really good that they're very, very clear on that here, because I know that the last one had at least a little bit of a confusion around it.
Yeah.
What there probably shouldn't have been, but there was. There's no reason for there to be now. And also, just to be clear, once you use this, the person stays a lucky friend. So you just have to make your decision by this cutoff date. So it's pretty good. I don't think there's really any problem with it expiring or when it expires.
No, I think that's exactly right. None of the people that used it on me or I used it on last time, because I got 2 because I went to in-person into global tour, it worked and stayed lucky. So we are all set there. And actually at the bottom of this post, it does highlight differences in Go Pass experiences. So trainers with the Go Pass may see the following differences between passes, and these 2 things are Pokemon encounter visibility on the Go Pass and Go Pass Deluxe, and different XP rewards. So that seems to be the difference. Good thing we didn't go digging for it. It would be kind of difficult for us to articulate those differences to each other, I think. So all that being said, I'm looking forward to it. It's about time we had a battle pass and Go. I think we can all kind of agree on that. So yeah, the only bit that I'm a little bit still kind of worried about is they said test markets, and they keep saying testing and stuff. So we'll see. We'll see if it's actually everywhere. We're also in America, right? So it's easy for us to be like, oh, it's here, so it's got to be everywhere else, right? So we'll see.
Yeah,
if it's not
being one of the core markets for the game does make it hard to sometimes talk about the global situation.
Yeah, so if it's not live for you and we have that wrong for whatever reason, just send us an email or something. We'd love to hear about it. Mail at GOCastPodcast.com, and we'll make a retraction, but who knows? As far as we know, I guess we're Americans, and we don't know how to think beyond our borders sometimes because of the way that we are taught geography in school. It's live. So, hey, there you go. Okay, that's kind of actually it for the news. Hey, Scopely officially owns Pokemon Go now. I'm not sure if we mentioned that on the Megapod or not.
It's official.
It's official now. So that's technically a piece of news. There you go. Great. Little extra. What that means, we don't know, probably not until the winter season. I know Kyle and I have talked about this a little bit before, but if they were going to make sweeping changes and things like that, it would have been unwise for them to do anything prior to or during GoFest season, considering that was already planned out and laid out, and these in-person events are huge, big earners for the game and are community building events. So we will have to see. But as things go right now, it seems like it's business as usual, more or less, at least on the consumer side. So,
yeah, we got to wait for GoFest season to be over before we even think about something.
We really do. Okay. All right. So that's it for the news, folks, which means that we're going to take a real quick break here. When we come back, it's going to be Pokélore time.
And we're back with Pokélore. This week we're doing Jangmo-o, Hakomo-o, and Komo-o, the scaly Pokemon. See, universal branding.
We love it. Yeah, categories.
Jangmo-o is a small quadrupedal Pokemon similar to a dinosaur. Lower half of its back is black, while the upper half is light gray. It has a beak-like snout with a small tooth-like spike in each corner of its lower jaw and big red eyes. On the front of its head is a large heart-shaped yellow scale. A small tuft similar to ears or small feathers extend from the back of its head on either side. And there is another small white tuft on its chest. 6 teardrop-shaped, loose hanging scales from a half ring around its shoulders. Form a half ring around its shoulders. I apologize. These scales are gray with pale yellow along the outside edge. A solid yellow scale of the same shape is on the tip of its tail. Each of its feet has 3 yellow claws. While Jangmo-o trains diligently and remains humble, it has the pride of a warrior. It employs the scale on its head for both attack and defense, so it never shows its back to its foe. Many trainers take this behavior as proof of this Pokemon's valiant nature. Jangmo-o lives and trains with others of its kind in harsh areas that are far away from other Pokemon and people. The scales on its back make a metallic sound when struck and are used to express emotion, communicate with others of its kind, and intimidate opponents. The sounds made by a group of Jangmo-o are known to be particularly noisy. Sounds are noisy, everybody.
Yes, they sure are. They're noise-ish. Noise-like.
Hakomo-o is next. This Pokemon leaves its fellows to begin training on its own and can be found wherever there are opponents for it to fight. When it finds an opponent, it dances and clangs its scales together to show its strength.
Nice.
This ferocious dance climaxes with a challenging war cry. Because its scales serve as armor, it overwhelms its opponent with attacks without worrying about its own defense. This battle style causes many of its scales are torn off or broken. Hakomo-o considers his broken armor and bare arms as proof of a well-fought battle and wears them with pride. However, the scales begins growing back immediately and harder and sharper than before.
Ooh.
Its scales conduct heat well, so shed ones are often molded into pots and pans. Interesting.
World building.
Little world building, yeah.
Yeah.
Lastly, we have Komo-o. Komo-o. Good Lord, I'm never going to do it right. It's close enough.
Yeah.
Komo-o, having completed its harsh training, returns to its birthplace to protect Jangmo-o. However, it only watches over them from a distance. The power of this Pokemon's uppercut is enough to send foes flying. So simply raising its arms can generate enough force to change its surroundings.
Nice.
Those are two very different levels of power, I just want to say.
Yeah. Aura,
according to legend, Jangmo-o's glittering scales are meant to drive away a great darkness. The reason it seeks strong opponents is also said to be a quest for power to defeat the darkness. Its scales function as both offensive weapons and defensive shields. Because it does not wish to fight weak foes, it clangs its scales together when it senses something approaching. Weak or cowardly opponents will panic at this sound and flee immediately. Jangmo-o also swings the scales on its tail to threaten any enemies it sees. Upon finishing off its prey, Jangmo-o will let out a victory howl.
Oh.
Additionally, the metallic sounds made by its comrades celebrating can also be heard all around the area the group is in. For stats in Go, max CP at level 40 of 3309 and level 50 of 3741. It's a pretty big boy.
Yeah.
It better be. It's a pseudo legendary. 181 stamina, 240 defense, 222 attack. Best moveset currently of Dragon Tail with Dragon Claw and Close Combat.
Clanging scales will be best in slot when we get it.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Definitely hopefully.
Yeah.
Very, very likely to replace Dragon Claw, but Dragon Claw is spammy, so maybe there's some use there.
That's right.
But yeah. It's fine. I don't think it doesn't make much of a splash in terms of dragon types compared to what we already have, unfortunately.
I mean, dragon fighting is a cool combo. It's just, it's not as relevant as you'd want it to be.
Also, apparently Jangmo-o knows Boom Burst.
It sure does. And it hurt me to not put that down as its main good move set, but it does know Boom Burst. It's a sound type after all, Kyle.
Yeah, but I mean, Dragon is so competitive, and so is fighting. Jangmo-o never had a chance, unfortunately.
Yeah, very, very true. I can hear you. I can hear you looking up the charts.
I was looking to see if there's anything worth mentioning, but it's like no, it's not really worth mentioning. Maybe there's something happening in PvP that I don't know about, but I don't think so.
Kyle, when it comes to you and I, there's always something going on in PvP that we don't know about.
This is true. Jangmo-o is awesome, and I like Jangmo-o. It's a fun pseudo legendary.
Yeah,
and I think its shiny is great. I know some people criticize it, but I love it.
Oh, they're wrong.
Yeah,
they're so wrong. I mean, any pink shiny is great, but pink highlights on a shiny is somehow better, in my opinion. Real good.
Yeah, and like the heart becomes pink on its head. Like, it's so good.
You know what it is? It's the people that hate on Jangmo-o shiny and its shiny line are people that love Gibble and are just really jealous.
Ouch.
Yeah, because Garchomp's stinks, man. That shiny is god awful. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, awesome. Well, thank you very much. I think we're all looking forward to Jangmo-o Community Day later in June. That's this month, folks. So mark your calendars and all that good stuff. That means that it's time for the PokéPoll already. We're moving at a good clip here.
For our last PokéPoll we have the changes to remote raids changed the way you play? Have these changes impacted your local community in any way? First response is from Granny Julie. They said, it helps massively that people can remote into max battles / Gmax battles. They bolster numbers for the local crew. We had full lobbies for the first time ever. So big positive for us.
Awesome.
Also, like, huge, massive, ultra insane positive that not talked about enough is the ability to just join someone's raid from your friends list.
Yeah.
Without being invited is the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, unless you're a vampire. That feature is still not available to you. You need to be invited, but you're fine.
But like I did a max battle and Terry Wolf joined me. But we were out at the park and I looked around. I'm like, wait, hang on. You're not here. And then I looked down like, oh, it's remoting. I was like, oh, I didn't know that worked that way. So that's really cool. huge positive that I don't think we had mentioned on the show, at least.
Oh man, well, that's crazy. Oh man.
All right. Next one's from Modders and said, "Hello, gents. Long time no PokéPoll. As you know, raids only come second to egg hatching for me in our blood game. Yep, I'm a gullible Muppet, but the most important thing for me in Pogo is to be active. Did the remote raid reduction and pass cost increase affect my local community? 100% yes. Did it affect your/R and many other global communities? 200% yes.
Yep.
When the raid cap decreased and the pass cost increased, a whole section of many Discords disappeared almost overnight. Luckily, your community is bigger than raiding alone and is full of amazing people, so it wasn't the be-all, end-all, but many global communities out there were not so lucky.
Yep.
I welcome a relax in raid rules and regs. My bank manager and wife do not. Loving your work as ever. Cheers."
Your bank manager and your wife are not the same thing?
Oh, good question.
Yeah. Come on now. I guess if it was in quotes, that would have been a cheeky thing. He probably actually means a real bank manager. Like,
yes.
Yeah. Look. When the rest of the tone of the email is cheeky, it's just, it's what you think, right? I completely agree. And Kyle and I have talked about this so many times that the biggest issue with the remote raid limit was that Discords and other online communities just evaporated.
I remember how poppin' our remote raid Discord was. Oh my God.
Yep. It was constant. It was constant.
It's crazy. It's amazing what 75 cents and a limit will do to most people.
No kidding, right?
Next response from Monkey Bread, and they said, "I'd say it affected my gameplay in the fact that I did 12 remote Gmax Machamps the night before. LOL. I'd also say it definitely had a positive impact on my local community. We had a few people in our community who couldn't join us due to work or other things on Sunday, but they joined us remotely. It also helped boost our numbers so we could raid till 5 when most people stopped by 4. Oh, that's nice. That's nice that most people called it, but you have enough remote people that the people who want to keep playing get to.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Next response comes in the form of an email from Memorandums and Wanderlust Ninja. They said, "Hey, Chris and Kyle, just wanted to chime in this week's PokéPoll. I can't speak for my entire local community, but for my family, being able to access Gigantamax raids via remote allowed us to play when we would not be able to.
Mm-hmm.
We have been running around the past few weeks, and just having the option to remote gave us access to Gmax Machamps we would not be able to otherwise. The system still needs some adjustments, and I do hope for some sort of price drop in remote raids, but for now, it is a welcome addition to our gameplay. It actually could not come at a better time for us. Our family is evolving from a tandem mouse to a mousehold. Congratulations.
You have an infestation.
With the due date quickly approaching, our GoFest season will be spent at home with our new little girl and remoting when possible. We wish you two a great GoFest season, and thanks for the podcast. Shiny vibes to everyone. Memorandums and Wanderlust Ninja."
That's fantastic. What a cute way to share that information.
Yeah, and that's exactly what this kind of feature is really for, helping
Maternity
facilitate
leave
stuff like this. So
100%. Yeah, this is great. I mean, honestly, like and I don't say this often, but Gmax Machamp that weekend, remote rating those suckers, definitely had a feeling of like, we are so back,
Yeah,
it really
did.
That
said, maybe this was just me. I don't know how your experience was. I didn't do any remote Rillabooms. Almost nobody was doing them.
Oh.
I saw so few people on my friends list doing them. I kept trying to catch one, and I wasn't available when people on the Discord were doing some remotes. So that was a bummer. But
I got at least 5. I only did one of them though. And it was,
it's definitely was certainly significantly less popular than Machamp was. So it's
shout out to Lou the Legend and Lady Legend. Thank you for the invite. It was great.
All right. For this week's PokéPoll, we have, with Global GoFest right around the corner, what sort of plans have you made? Everyone has a different place to play. Tell us about it.
Yeah. So this isn't really exciting for us to tell you our answers because we talk about these places that we play around here pretty frequently.
Yeah, well, I think more exciting for our answers is just trying to get a group together that haven't been playing directly together for a while, hopefully.
Yes.
With any success. That's the plan.
Yeah.
So.
When's the last time I've seen you in person, Kyle? He's freezing. Was it GoFest? Please don't tell me it was GoFest last year.
No, was it? No, it wouldn't have been GoFest because it would have been All of America in October.
Oh yeah, no, it would have been. And then
because then Christmas and stuff, and my Christmas time was awful, and then we had the really bad start of the year. So
did I see? Yeah, boy, yeah, dude, yeah. That was rough. I still talk about that burnout period.
January,
oh my gosh,
bad.
It was real bad. The game, by the way, great. Kyle and I, not great.
Yeah.
Did we get together for Tour Global weekend or no?
No, because I was playing Monster Hunter.
Oh.
So that's everything aligned to be like, I'm not driving out an hour.
Yeah.
So,
and he means the new Monster Hunter, not Monster Hunter Now, where you guys still could have hung out. No. He needed to be at his computer. Yeah.
Very excited for Global. In case I hadn't made it clear on the show, I'm not going to be getting to go to Jersey City, unfortunately, this year. Very sad about that. Yeah. So there will be next year.
Yep. So here's the deal, folks, that if you see me and we take a picture, we actually have to take two so I can Photoshop Kyle's face on me so that everybody gets a picture with Kyle.
Chris, you have to make sure you crouch down, though, for the second photo.
No, you're going to be, it's just going to be me with my big body with your face on it.
Well, it has to be the Afro picture, though.
Deal. Send me the highest resolution version of that photo you have, and we'll make it happen.
It's like 14 years old. There is no high resolution picture of it.
They didn't even have resolution back in the day, man.
All right, we gotta keep this moving. Chris is on a timeline, though.
Yeah. So I guess to finish this out, we are planning on probably getting together in person. Collected some friends, and then we have several local park locations because we are very lucky in weird ways to have stuff that's near Chicago, kind of outside Chicago, and then out here in the sticks, I have a huge hotspot of Pokemon Go players that are very invested. Speaking of Terry Wolf, as you mentioned earlier, and it's a great big park to play. Great big beautiful park to play in, and the historic Woodstock Square is also wonderful too. Shout out to Groundhog Day, Bill Murray. We love you. Okay.
Oh hey, it's Spritzky Spotlight Hour.
Oh boy. Yep. Oh,
what a downgrade.
What a downgrade. Okay, so dear listener, if you have an answer to this week's Pokéball question, which is once again with Global Go Fest right around the corner, what sort of plans have you made? Everyone has a different place to play. Tell us about it. You can answer that question. We post it on our X account at GOCast Podcast. You can also answer that question if you're watching on YouTube, the video version. Hello, please reply with a comment. You can respond if you're a patron of ours in our patron Discord in a channel for the PokéPoll. We take answers from there almost primarily. And then if you'd like to, you can also send us an email to mail@gocastpodcast.com or drop us a line via our voicemail line 262-586-7717. And speaking of emails and voicemails, Mr. Kyle, where are we?
It's time for emails.
And one singular voicemail from a longtime listener. It's been a hot minute since we got a voicemail from him. It's Kevin Red Bull. So let's listen to that.
Hey, Chris and Kyle. It's Kevin Red Bull here. I know you guys haven't heard from me for a while. I have been just kind of living life. The events that have been going on haven't been particularly interesting to me, so I haven't been actively grinding. But one thing I do make sure to do every single day is drop my daily incense and try to do a route or two. And I don't know if you guys remember, but earlier this year I asked you what to do after you finish your goals for the year. Because I got all my Zygarde cells. I am now the proud owner of a maxed out, fully formed Megazord.
Nice.
So I'm pretty excited about that. I got it on Memorial Day. And then as well on Memorial Day, I also caught my biggest northern pike ever, which was 37 inches. A hog. Me and my fiance also helped a husky that was running around on a main street in my town. And helped it find its owner. It had just gotten out of its yard. And we rehomed 2 kittens. So it was a very productive Memorial Day. Not so much Pokemon, but, Zygarde. That's pretty sweet. And then I've got 2 out of the 3 of the shiny Galarian bird, which that's my other yearly goal. And my last 3 legendary bird encounters I've had on Daily Incense has been Zapdos, the one I need. I got one yesterday. It wasn't shiny though. Ran every time, but we're shiny hunting boys. You know how it is. Yeah, so Pokemon's been good. I achieved my yearly goal in May, and the daily instants are actively trying to give me that second completion on the second goal. So,
all right.
I hope you guys are all doing well. Health is all good. Shiny vibes to everybody. Kevin Red Bull out.
Well, I hope you got out of the fire that was apparently happening that you were in. Or maybe he was standing outside during a fire drill or something next to an open window so you could still hear it. Were those trucks backing up? I couldn't tell. What do you think?
Change your fire alarm battery.
It wasn't quite that. It sounded like it was actively going off. Well, maybe that's because, Kevin, you were on fire from just destroying your goals, obliterating them. So good on you. I guess that just goes to show that some perseverance and consistency, you too can find your Galarian birds and get your cells and stuff. That's awesome. I am nowhere near that. Not even close. I am actively not trying to do it. I should probably. That's a good idea. Zygarde is like, part of the Pokedex. So, getting those forms checked off would be kind of a good idea.
But the forms have the same number, so you're good.
I know, but Yeah,
but you know that I know that that you're not going to do enough routes to get your sentences.
Yeah, but you know that I know. And if I know, you'd know.
Dog Zygarde is good enough.
Dog Zygarde is good enough. Some would say it's the best. Honestly. Better than Digimon Zygarde, perhaps, although it is really, really cool. Okay. Anyway, Kevin Red Bull, thank you so much for the voicemail. We really appreciate it. We've got a couple of not voicemails. We got a couple of emails here, and they could not be more different. So Kyle, would you like the first or the second one here today?
I'm going to do the second one. I was just talking. You get to do the first one.
Okay. All right. This first one is from Maxitron, and he said, "Hey, Chris and Kyle, quick update on the beetles I collected grubs for a while back. I think last time I told y'all that the 2 Hercules beetle grubs didn't end up making it, but I had collected something close to 50 more grubs from another tree trunk and a really big one from under a log. Well, that big grub is still doing good, and 'tis the mother grubbin' season for the emergence of the 50-pack. Turns out they're grapevine beetles, and they're about as big as the end of your pointer finger from joint to tip. I think we've seen about 10 of them emerge out of the soil so far. But after what my daughter and I saw today, that might be all, folks. Uh-oh. She was shocked to see something else in the tank with them. I thought it was a roach until I saw it myself. It looked like a wasp and was all black with an orange band across its abdomen. Turns out it's a wasp mimic and is actually a fly that doesn't sting or bite called a midas. They're larvae prey on beetle larvae, and I remember seeing a weird larva when I collected the Legion of 50, which now that I had the name of the adult, and I went and cross-checked what its larva looks like with a Google search, and sure enough, it is the weird larva that I saw. As for the bees, I wrote in a little bit to PvP Corner since I know DeFi 250 likes queens and bees and matriarchal. I'm not sure in what tense that should be. Matriarchy, animals, and Pokemon stuff like that. I don't know how better to describe it, but I'm not knocking it. I've still only got the 2 colonies I started with, and they are finally stable. The smaller of the 2 colonies seemed to have an older queen that was laying less and less eggs. So my plan there was regicide and replacement until she swarmed off on her own. My bad luck was that my other queen was also wanting to swarm, which meant the colony was making queen cups near the bottom of the frames. Once I missed that and one of them got capped, that was the signal for her to swarm. Apparently, you can simulate a swarm by doing a walk-away split, and that lets you keep the queen and start a 3rd colony, which is not a bad deal. This is some jargon we're learning here today. That's not how it worked out for me, and that queen left anyways. Oh no. Sometimes the queen just leaves, man, After some panicking and abbreviating of the story, I was able to buy a queen bee, put her in the bigger colony, and once she was filling out some frames, I gave one to the smaller colony so they can make their own queen. I can't remember if I've already given more unsolicited beekeeping knowledge on this, but one of the cool things about honeybees is the workers decide the role of an egg will have based off of what they fill its cell with, and by extension, how they build the cell. All larvae start with royal jelly, but those destined to become queens feed exclusively on more royal jelly, where worker larvae switch over to something else. The queen cells, or cups, are also longer and fewer in number since the colony doesn't need a new queen very often. Anyways, the newly made queen emerged about 2 weeks ago as of writing this and did her mating flight, so both colonies seem good to go. The bigger one with several frames filling with honey in and section I'll be harvesting from. I am excited for that work to explode forward with all the brood I see in that colony. That's fascinating. You should send us some pictures, man. I kind of want to see your frames.
I knew that about the queens, the bees. It was a small bee fact I actually knew
about how all bees start off as queens and then they change
and they feed them royal jelly to make them like grow into queens.
This sounds like a video game. Like royal jelly. Royal jelly sounds like an epic item that you find somewhere to like evolve your bee into a queen bee or something. All right. My answer to the PokéPoll about features for a Pokemon is probably late, but I was cooking this idea years ago on how to add better AR puzzles to Pokemon Go. The whole thing was to do something like what Routes is, but more interactive, like how missions are/were in Ingress. Since we've got Pokemon, why not have them be more interactable? One could be deciphering an unknown swarm to receive a keyword for the next hint on your route. Another could be fishing up for a certain water type Pokemon to be able to advance that puzzle. Whip your phone back to hook the fish and then tap fast to reel it in. Another could be using a Sylph Scope to identify ghost Pokemon in order or something like that, like a card matching game, but with AR. Yet another could be having any one of many dancing Pokemon perform a dance, and you have to match the dance with inputs on your phone, a la DDR or Guitar Hero. I want that real bad. And before I get carried away with this and exacerbate all of your shiny luck and owe you an apology for a lengthy email, I want to see the children suffer with interpreting Braille scratched on AR stone tablets that then tell them to bring the whale and the perfect life form back to it in a specific order in their bag space of 5,400. All of them to go looking for a rather disappointing to Pokemon Go Reggie trio in corners of their community. That's the kind of feature I want. Adieu, gentlemen. P.S.
We're Wizards Unite now, aren't we?
Hey, he mentions this in a second here. P.S. Nah, I'm not going to leave you hanging like that. I just had to pause for effect. I feel like one route puzzle feature with several Pokemon and types being featured would be an awesome overdue upgrade for Pokemon Go. Wizards Unite did it with port keys. Monster Hunter now, they don't do that. But where are these games now? Wizards Unite is gone, and Monster Hunter now has a mildly successful podcast with 2 overly ambitious hosts. You tell me. But I think the idea of an extensive and highly interactive AR puzzle is probably not good for the longevity of the game. Dude, yeah, man, I gotta say, Wizards Unite, for what it was and for how problematic the IP has become, that game had some legs, and I'm kind of sad to have seen it go. I liked a lot of the features.
There was good stuff there. It just made no sense to be connected to Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It was just like didn't translate to the AR experience that they were trying to sell.
100%. Yeah, but thank you very much for giving us the update on your bees and your beetles. I think that stuff is just so fascinating. But you know that's why you sent it in. But I won't shy away from reading these longer emails, especially with interesting stuff like that, because if you know anything about Pokemon, we owe Pokemon to people that loved collecting bugs and things like that. So this is just honoring our collective Pokemon heritage together, more or less. Yeah.
And then they went and made bug type the weakest type.
Yeah, how dare they?
Not the weakest type. It is poison, but most bugs and poisons are... There's a lot of overlap, but anyways.
Beedrill looking at you, buddy. Anyway, thank you so much, Maxitron, for the email. And folks, if you play Monster Hunter now, make sure you're listening to Monster Hunter Now cast. I'm not on it, but I edit it. So there is a through line, and Maxitron's on it along with Saramanda. And you guys all know Maxitron and Saramanda, so go listen to it and give them some support. It's great.
For our last email, it's from Thanks, Obama. They said, I say this with complete sincerity. Please keep the Randall's Island slander going in future episodes. I had a miserable experience there last year and was genuinely considering skipping the event, or at least the park portion, if it ended up there again. Love the content. Thanks, Obama.
Obama had nothing to do with it. We make this show.
I will never stop slandering Randall's Island. No. I think it was a terrible, terrible location for GoFest. And they did it twice.
They did it twice.
And like, I'm going to remove the conversation about construction, because like that, they didn't actually get to have control over that. And that was really unfortunate. And they probably had contracts and whatever they had to work through. They did the best they could there. Even without construction, it was a bad location.
Yeah, it was. I've heard a lot of theories that they were on the hook for 3 years and found some way to move it just close to New York City, where they're still going to provide plenty of revenue for it, but in a different park in Jersey, just across the river.
How would you sign a 3-year contract?
They did it with Chicago,
and was kind of crazy there too. But like, at least they were getting started though. So like, like it made sense. They had to commit extra to prove their worth or whatever. But
I should also clarify that I don't think it's actually been publicly confirmed that that's actually true, that they signed a contract with Chicago. But we're all working with that knowledge, assuming it's true, because it probably
makes the most sense. But either way, I also like almost died last year on the first day because of how hot it was. So
oh my god. Yeah.
Awful.
It's not the
terrible.
heat.
And
it's
also
the humidity and the heat.
This year, Saturday's going to storm, everybody. If you haven't checked your weather yet for Jersey and you're traveling, I think Saturday morning it's going to rain all morning.
Pour one out for Mitch, man. I think he's got a Saturday morning slot.
So bad times ahead. Sorry.
It's only supposed to be for a portion of the day, and I think it's supposed to clear up, so that's fine.
Yeah, but then everybody who gets to play the afternoon gets mud, as we experienced 2 years ago, which is bad. Like, that field is not prepared for 10,000 people to walk on mud.
That field was still better than the mud pit that we had in Chicago in 2019.
Yeah, that was also like horrendously bad too. Don't get me wrong.
Well, it thunderstormed for like a full day that time. That we got pushed out of the park. We had to leave, go do some raids in the city, and then come back.
Yes, that was bad. All right.
Yeah, it was.
I think we're done.
All right. Thanks, folks. Appreciate the emails and the voicemails. If you'd like to send us an email and voicemail just like these fine folks did, you can. Emails will go to mail@gocastpodcast.com. Voicemails will go to 262-586-7717. You will go to, for all things GoCast Podcast, GoCastPodcast.com. Follow us on X and Threads at GoCast Podcast. I will actually post some stuff there from Jersey weekend. That'll be fun. I'm excited to post some pictures. Now, if you'd like to help support the show, you can via Patreon. That's spelled patreon.com/GoCast Podcast, or just Google some stuff and we will pop up, I assure you. And you can help support the show for as little as $1 a month. And that gets you access to our patron exclusive Discord, where like people are the best. I cannot tell you how many real life friends we have made through that server, even people that we haven't actually met in person yet. Modders, I still owe you like several drinks at some point in time. Okay, so speaking of patrons, shout out to our elite trainer tier patrons. Kyle, this is on you. You volunteered yourself on the show notes.
You did it last time. Well, Lachlan did it last time, but then you did it the time before that, so it's my turn.
All right.
Oh boy. Okay. Shout out to elite trainers Bo, Daniel, Lori, Michael, Ozzy, Arkham, Marvin and Mimi, Sports, Thayer, Jason, Justin, Charles, Modders, Lee, William, Brandon, Ethan, Stephen, Nick, our favorite listener, Drew 2, Camo, The Ugly Rock, Jacob, Victoria, Sarah, Laura, Memorandums, Nabil, Tish, Jacob, Matthew, Don, John Paul, Micah, Sean, Dave, Nessicall, Purple Opal, Nurglefon, Beta Ski, Cyprian, Don, Fear the Turtle, Chad, Ever, Dark Raven.
He did it.
I had a little extra. I could have kept going.
You could have kept going. You heard that, folks. Sign up. If we don't die, there's not enough elite trainer tier patrons on the list. That's the rule.
Oh man.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much, our elite trainer tier patrons, for your generous support and helping us keep the digital lights on, amongst other things. And if you'd like to help support the show another way, you can, of course, leave us a review where all good reviews can be left. That's many platforms, please. It'll take you 2 seconds, and it's real big for us for discoverability and all that good stuff. So thank you. Alrighty, we gotta set some goals, and then we're out of here. I'm setting goals for GoFest New Jersey, and Kyle's setting goals for Instrumental Wonders, right?
Yep, this is accurate.
Yep.
Sadly, very sad. World's smallest violin, please, in the background. I'll do mine first because yours are longer. Why do the Instrumental Wonders collection challenges? Hopefully there's no eggs. I'm pretty sure this one's supposed to be raid themed, so it probably has to be like 2 raids or something like that, which shouldn't be too bad. I need to clear out more storage to prepare for global. Actually, I'm going to add another one here because I need to restock red balls because I currently have like 150.
Nice.
But I have like 1,700 Ultra Balls, so I'm okay. But
you've got
not for my plus.
1,700 Ultra Balls?
I do, and I have 800 Great Balls too.
I thought I was going to be way less than that, but I gotta check. I have 3,000.
Oh my god, Chris, you have 29. So here, now first off, I'm going to say in my defense, I only have 6,000 item storage.
Oh, I've got 8,000, and I'm at 8,007 right now for my earlier errands I ran. I've got 750 red balls, 137 blue balls, and 2973 yellow.
That's so many yellow. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm just going to delete these great balls now, and I'm just going to use Ultra Balls, I guess, all GoFest.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you're also going to get more than you can handle from the stops in the park. But anyways,
that's true.
My last goal is I want to make sure I'm doing my Go Pass progress to make sure I get like my weekly and stuff done. So, yeah.
Yes. So the thing is that I think I also need to set some of these goals too. You reminded me because it's not like I'm missing the event. But when we get there, I think it's going to be just implied that I want to finish the collection challenges. I'm not going to put that up. I have too many other goals.
There's enough. Do you want to finish your special research, or will you forget that?
I won't forget it. I'll do it. I'm focusing on specific things here, like shinies, pretty much. That's my big thing here. So at GoFest Jersey, I would like to walk away with a shiny Phalanx, the Choo Choo Train one, because of course, shiny Pikachus, the new ones. I got to at least get a double of a few of them for my sister. Shiny Frigibacks, hopefully 3. Kyle's betting if I'm lucky, maybe 1. We'll see. He's probably right. A shiny Zacian, a shiny Zamazenta, 200 plus eggs hatch. But if I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I'll probably hit more than that. Shiny Skiddo and Skidoo, whatever. Take ghost snapshots for Rotom Fan and in all caps favorite them so I don't mass transfer them again like I have in the past. So that's the goal here. Did I miss one of yours? Oh, yeah, shiny Carbink. Thank you for highlighting that. Shiny Carbink as well. That's got to get done. So we'll see. And then any of these that I don't finish, I can take those and save them for global as a goal. So that'll be good.
Oh boy.
All right. That's the end of this episode. Sorry, it's a little shorter, folks. It's got to be so I can get it out before I leave. And we'll see you in New Jersey. If you're there, I'll see you. And if not, we'll see you next episode for episode 328. Until then, shiny vibes and all that good stuff. Bye.
Bye.